So when the baby was about 1.5 years, I started having some complications. I don't know what's happening. I told my husband, I'm trying to hold my toilet, but it's not happening. I don't know why, because the distance from the house to the washroom, it's kidogo sana, but I couldn't hold it. We thought maybe that's takuja tu kuisha. Kakaka, kuongea na watu ni muhimu. Kakaka, I talk with people. Somebody told me it's not normal. It's not normal kabisa. Hata kama ni kidogo aje. It's not normal. Hi everyone. My name is Grace Moi.
And I'm just as Ratemos.
And we are the Ratemos. And this is the Bun In The Oven stories. Okay, we thank God for this far. We have 2 beautiful daughters. Our first daughter, she was born in 2019.
Yeah, July
27, 2019. And we can say it was a beautiful journey. It was a long one. First of all, before I got pregnant, we got pregnant. We went to many doctors. We had many complications about conceiving and everything. We visited different gynecologists. But we still had hope that one day we are going to create our own family. And we can say she's a miracle baby, because I had a surgery scheduled for me, but miraculously, I can say we discovered we were pregnant. The journey was not easy, because I remember, how do I say it? I discovered I was pregnant at 2 months. I didn't know that I was pregnant. I remember that day when I discovered I was pregnant, I was alone at home. My husband was away for work. So I was like, is it for real? Because I couldn't believe it, because I was scheduled for a surgery. So I called him and I told him I was pregnant. He could not believe it as well. So when he came back from the kazi and everything, we visited the clinic, and we got a pregnancy test, which was positive. We were so happy. We were glad. We thank God. Now this is where the challenges started.
You did 3 tests first before even telling me that you were pregnant.
Yes, because I could not believe it.
The second one, and you all kept it until the last day that you came to now give me the information that you are pregnant.
Yeah, and then we went to a clinic. We did a pregnancy test, which cleared our doubts. And now that's where the challenges started. I was working at that time. I work in the hospitality industry. I don't know if it was work or I don't know. Because I could sleep, and then I wake up in the morning or in the middle of the night, and then I find blood on my bed. We started going to different gynas, telling me that my pregnancy is at risk. So I should choose between working or giving birth to my baby. So we went home. We discussed with my husband. And then we decided I should quit my job.
Only 3 months.
Yes, I was only 3 months. I was put on bed rest at 3 months till 9 months. I can't say it was the morning sickness. Actually, I didn't have the morning sicknesses. Mine was in the evening. So, yeah, my sickness was in the evening. In the morning, during the day, I'm good. But in the evening, it's when it all began. So I had to quit my job and stay home and take care of my pregnancy. Until 6 months, the honeymoon period was awesome. Even one could not remember that I was pregnant. And I can say it was after the bed rest, the pregnancy was awesome until the day of giving birth. So on that 27,
First that we were waiting for the first from 11th. We even took ourselves to the clinic, just trying to get that confirmation that now we can go to deliver.
Because I was born on 11th.
Yes, but unfortunately, we had to wait until 27th.
Yeah, my EDD actually was on 27th.
I had to take some work because I could not even sit in the house waiting for that day. So the day that I had left, I remember I had gone to Kisumu, Kisumu, Eldoret, and Nakuru. The morning that I was supposed to be coming back is the day that she called me that, you know what, 4 a.m, my water is broken. So I had to wake up everyone that we were with and told them my situation. By the time I was getting to Nairobi, she was already admitted at hospital.
Let me tell you the story how it all began on that 27. It was 2 a.m. in the morning. I woke up, I went to the washroom. I could feel I'm a bit wet. So I was like, I'm a first time mom. I don't know what's happening. I don't have anyone in the house. I'm just alone in the house. I just woke up, went to the washroom and went back to sleep. And then I woke up like after 1 hour again. I'm still wet. I went back to the washroom, went back to bed. I'm a first time mom. I don't know what's happening. So at around 7 a.m. in the morning, I called him at 4. I told him, I'm just going to the washroom, but I'm still wet. I don't know what's happening. And I went back to sleep. So at 7 a.m., my mom called me and asked me, today it's your EDD. How are you feeling? I told her, the way I'm feeling, I'm just going to the washroom and I'm feeling a bit wet and I don't know what's happening. She told me that your water is breaking slowly. So I should not even be at home at that time. So I had to wake up, leave everything that I was doing. Actually, I was preparing tea so I can drink and go and continue with my day. I called him. I called my husband. I called him like almost 20 times. He was not picking up. I asked myself, what am I going to do? You see, now after being told that my water is breaking, I don't know if it was pressure or something. Everything started going very fast for me. So I called a neighbor of mine. I told her, we need to go to the hospital. We looked for a driver. He came and he took us to the hospital. All my pregnancy, I had no pressure. And on that day, after arriving at the hospital, my pressure had already shot. So the doctor asked me, Grace, I'm saying you don't have any problem with your pressure all the 9 months. I don't know what's happening. I told her, I don't know what's happening with me. So they had to control my pressure. When they went to measure, to dilate, I had already dilated 3 centimeters. 3 centimeters. So they told me, we can't do anything for now until your pressure is down. I'm like, oh, okay. They gave me a certain medicine and to control my pressure. We thank God, within a few, like 1 hour, my pressure was okay. Now I was taken to the delivery room. There, the doctor came, told me, now, Grace, you're going to wait until it's already 10 centimeters. And the way you're going, you are dilating very slowly. So at around, remember that time is already 10 a.m. in the morning. My husband has not already come. He's not anywhere to be seen.
I'd already arrived.
No, you arrived at around 1. Yeah. So after there, I went to a different room. Kakuja nikaekwa ile maji ya uchungu. We sat there. I waited. I don't know what's happening. When I was just after kuwekwa hiyo maji ya uchungu, ndio nilisikia maji nyani tu ni kama mkojo tu imetoka yenyewe peke yake. And then I sat there. Now the labor pain started. Where? I don't know where even my phone was at that time. I don't know who is there. I don't know. I'm just alone. I labored like 9 good hours. My husband came in the delivery room at around 1 p.m. That's the time I saw him. I thank God he was there for me. Kwa nasugua mgongo. And then you came.
Right. You are there, you're walking around. You don't even realize that you didn't have any clothes.
I didn't have clothes.
Until around 7, 8.
No, I gave birth at 7:15.
7, yeah.
Yeah, I gave birth at 7:15.
But she passed out when he was delivering. So my panic came in when the alarm
emergency bell.
The emergency bell rang. That's when I started panicking at that time. I remember my mother calling me, my mom calling me, but I didn't even realize their calls. They called more than even 5 times, and I didn't even realize that they were calling. Because now that time I was
panicking.
I'm panicking. I can't even hold anything. My hands were very panicked. I was so worried until I heard the sound of the baby cry. That was the time that I relaxed first. I remember kneeling down where I was seated and saying Hail Mary when I was down on my knees. I remember even the nurses telling me, go home. No, I told them, no, I will wait here until I see my baby. That's the time I leave. So I think when you gave birth, they brought the baby and we sat with her.
Yeah, after that is
in her room until she came. That's the time I came. Around the 9 there is the time I left the hospital. When she was already done, I'd come back to her room. I breathed a sign of relief at that time. They were all healthy and there were no complications. But did we know complications were to come later on?
Yeah. After giving birth at around 7:15 is the time now I started coming back. The nurses were asking me my names. Wananiongezea maji ingine because I'd lost a lot of blood. So when we came there, they asked me, is he the baby's father? I told them yes. So they gave him the baby, and then he told him to leave the room. I passed out because nguvu iliisha tu. I was so tired. The baby, actually she was not that big, but I guess it's my muscles. They gave out. So they had to cut me so that to pull the baby out. So they had to tear. Little did we know that this is going to bring problems afterwards. So when the baby was about 1.5 years, I started having some complications. I don't know what's happening. I told my husband, I'm trying to hold my toilet, but it's not happening. I don't know why, because the distance from the house to the washroom, it's kidogo sana, but I couldn't hold it. We thought maybe that's takuja tu kuisha. Kakaka, kuongea na watu ni muhimu. Kakaka, I talk with people. Somebody told me it's not normal. It's not normal kabisa. Hata kama ni kidogo aje. It's not normal. So ndio kidogo kidogo tukasikia Kenyatta, they had this clinic. We used
she was 3 or 4.
2 years. Yeah, she was 2 years. We heard that there was this clinic that Margaret Kenyatta was bringing at Kenyatta Hospital about the fistula. Actually, I'm a fistula survivor, and I thank God. Jukama, I couldn't talk to people. I couldn't know that I had that problem. So I went to clinic. It was this time for COVID. I went to clinic. We used to call it Clinic 66 at Kenyatta Hospital. I went there. We met a doctor. Kwenda huko wakaniambia, now Grace, what you are saying, you have a small tear which only needs to be repaired by a surgery. And because we have a theater that is open tomorrow morning, you don't have to go home. We are booking you for a clinic, for a theater tomorrow. So I was like, I'm not even prepared psychologically. I don't know what I'm going to do about this. I called him. I told him what the doctor told me. Kasema ni sawa, kama hivyo ndo wameona, it's okay. You just stay there, do the surgery, and then come back home. Let me tell you mine. That repair was painful. And it's a pain that you couldn't even want your worst enemy to go through. We were a certain team of ladies. In your fistula is real. It's real. And life has never been the same after the repair. Because iponangi haraka. Still kuna hizo pains. Actually hata zipendi baridi. Kisu ipendi baridi. So thank God we did the surgery. It was successful. And now the problem is, after the repair for the fistula, you are advised never to give birth normal again. So I was told, in future, if you get pregnant, the next baby, you have to go for a cesarean. Kaambia ni sawa tu, bora nipone. We were discharged and we went home. Now the healing process. The healing process is very painful. It needs a lot of care. It's even worse than giving birth. Because hii ni kidonda. Umekatwa, umeshonwa, umekatwa, umeshonwa. It's so painful. But we thank God. Down the line, we are doing great. We are taking a day at a time. And now it's 5 years.
Yes, yeah.
Our firstborn is 5 years old. Now, last year in 2023, in October, we realized that we are pregnant again with our second-born baby. And we were amazed. We are thrilled to carry on the process. Juu tulikuwa tumeamua kwanza tutulie. But tukasema it's okay, kama amekuja ni sawa. Because also the fistula healing had to take place. It took like 2-3 years for healing process. Now, I can say for the second baby, actually the first baby, siwezi sema nilikuwa na any cravings. I had no cravings. I guess because I was a first time mom, I was, I guess, a confused girl.
I used to love apples.
Apples.
Yes. You never realized.
Maybe I never realized I loved apples. Na maybe kitu yenye nilikuwa napenda ni nyama ya mbuzi. Ndio. Yenye tu imechemshwa na kachumvi peke yake.
Hapo nataka ipikwe. Ichemshwe tu na hivyo
na kachumvi.
Clean. Bila nyanya, bila kitunguu.
Na kitunguu iko inanisumbua, nyanya nilikuwa nakula ikiwa raw. Now the second one, naweza sema ndio imenionyesha mambo. The second one, I can say it was worse than the first baby. Sasa huyu ndio alikuja na morning sickness. I used to throw up every time. Hata siwezi sema ni morning sickness, nilikuwa tu during the day. Ikuwe asubuhi, ikuwe mchana, ikuwe jioni. The first 3 months, it was a hell of a ride. Na hiyo naweza sema nayo nilikuwa na cravings. Kuna utu tusiti, tulikuwa tunakula, kwa tunaitangwa to cool cow. I remember I used to have a packet kwa nyumba ya kukula tu cool cow. Nikienda job, hata kama ni hiyo 6 asubuhi, hata fadhali nichelewa 5 minutes nikitafuta place nitapata cool cow. Kama zimeisha kwa nyumba sijaziokota, nitafuta place nitanunua cool cow ndio niende job. But I can say now the honeymoon period ilikuwa tu sawa. Tukakuja 6, 7, 8, it was nice. And I thank God nilisukuma mpaka dakika ya mwisho. It was a nice journey, but the first trimester, it was hell of a ride.
Nilikunywa alimetoa damu, maji mara kadhaa. Anytime akianza kuthrow up.
Juu hakuna kitu ilikuwa inasimama kwa tumbo.
Hospital.
Yeah.
I gave her to maji matuli. Because there was nothing that she was holding on. Everything, machungwa nini.
Everything. Hakuna
so
kitu.
The only solution was I gave her maji. That is the only thing she anatulia nayo. Until the last month. Until the last month na alikuja kuwa now a bit stable. Hakuwa anataka, she was not throwing up anymore and also.
Alafu I could remember now I'm going for a new chapter. I'm not going to push, I'm going for the CS section. I don't know, nilikuwa muoga. I didn't know what to feel, how to feel it. But I thank God and my husband alikuwa hapo. Tukatoka hapo. Now, after kuchukua leave job, I took like 1 week before. Now, nakumbuka kliniki ya mwisho nilikuwa nimeandikiwa tarehe 19th of June. Ndio nilikuwa nimeandikiwa kliniki ya mwisho. So there's a hospital in Limuru that we used to go. Kaenda clinic huko. I thank God my husband was there for me. Hakuna clinic hata moja ashaimiss. We used to go with him all the clinics. Pekee hakuna clinic hata moja nishaienda peke yangu. Hata kama alikuwa job, afadhali aombe ruhusa first of all tuende clinic, alafu yaende job. So hiyo siku tukaamka tu poa, Kaenda clinic. Kufika clinic tukapata gaina. So the last clinic nilikuwa naenda kwa gaina ndio aniandikie ile siku yenye nitafanywa CS. So we went to the gaina. Kaniambia, "No, Grace, the way I'm feeling, umeanza kudilate and you're not supposed to go into labor." Panic nayo ikaingia.
3 centimeters.
Nilikuwa nimefunguka 3. Kaambio, sasa unajua you don't have to go back home. Kenye utafanya ni tunaenda theater direct. Nikamwambia, "Doc, mimi hata sijajipanga." Yaani uoga tu ikaanza kuingia tena. I don't know what to feel. I don't know anything. I felt like a first time mom again. Tukaenda, nikamuuliza, "Naweza fika home na nirudi?" Akaniangalia, akaniambia, "Kwa nini uko na uoga?" I told her, "I don't know. I just want to go home. Nichukue vitu and then we come back."
But again, that was not the hospital of delivery.
Yeah, we had chosen another hospital. We were supposed to go to Nairobi.
Adams.
Yeah, Nairobi Women's Adams. So I asked the gyna, "You could dilate. Naweza fika Adams Arcade?" Kaniambia, "Yes, unaweza fika Adams, but make sure you don't sleep at home." And I told her it's okay. We just got to our car and then we left for Adams.
Actually, I went and had lunch in the house first before even we left. Went and got the Adasa and then we went to hospital.
Yes.
Immediately tumefika tu hivi. Hata hakuweko immediately alienda to
it was an emergency.
She never even had the time to get into the room.
Because I had already started laboring and I was not supposed to. Na ujue nilikuwa nimeandikiwa theater end month of that June 26. Na hii ni tarehe 19 na labor zishaanza and I'm not supposed to go into labor. So we went. We thank God we found very amazing doctors at Nairobi Women's, where we started all the paperwork and everything. Na nikaandikiwa emergency. So venye huyo mwenye nilipata kama ako ndani akatoka, so it was my turn. We went there. I went there actually. We're seeing the lights again. I remembered the Fistula operation again. So I started praying again, asking God, kama ulinitoa pale, hata hapa najua utanitoa. We started the process, kugandishwa and everything. But in the process ya kugandishwa, I started feeling something here. Kaanza kusikia I'm not comfortable. Nikaambia mwenye alikuwa hapo kando yangu, nikamwambia, mimi nasikia I'm not that comfortable. What I don't know, sijui niekeka pillow, sijui nifanyie nini, but I'm not comfortable. Na naona ni kama daktari anataka kuanza everything. Akaniekea pillow, I'm not comfortable. Nikadjustiwa kitanda, I'm not comfortable. So the only option was nikaekewa oxygen. Na akaniambia usijaribu kulala, don't sleep until you see your baby. Usijaribu kufunga hata macho, hata kama unasikia kulala aje, just stay with me. So I don't think it took like 30 minutes. Because niliingia theater at 6 and 6:23 my other baby girl was here. So after kuweka hiyo oxygen I felt relaxed. nikaanza kusinzia, but at least kuna mtu alikuwa anani keep awake. Kidogo kidogo mtoto akatolewa. She was a healthy baby, a very beautiful baby girl, and a mother of two beautiful ladies, 2 beautiful girls. Nawapenda sana. Katoka hapo, mtoto akapimwa and everything. So uzuri that hospital, unaletea mtoto wako hapo tu kando yako, you see everything kenye wanamfanyia. Wanamweka kwa woma hapo, wanamvalisha nguo and everything. So they took her, wakampeleka in another room. Kama unapeleka wapi mtoto wangu? Kaniambia, don't worry, we are taking her to another room, wewe umaliziwe, and then ukimaliziwa we take you to the recovery room, and then mtoto wako ataletwa hapo. Those nurses were amazing. The doctor, shout out to Dr. Rashid. He did an amazing job. Tukatoka hapo, nikapelekwa recovery room. Nikakaa hapo. Ile sasa baridi ile ya kutetemeka. Nikatetemeka, kaisha. Nikapelekwa sasa recovery room. Sasa ile kuna mpaka patients wengine. Hapo ndipo nikaletewa my baby girl. Alikuwa ako tu sawa. My husband was still around, can you imagine?
Alinieka pressure. Masaa yote ukisema 23 minutes, I was still there waiting.
You felt like so many hours.
Until 8 something, I had the chance to see the two of you. I was there, muuliza until hajamaliza bado ngoja tu taitwe. And then fortunately there was another gentleman also. The first patient that they were with her was also there waiting for the wife. We end up having some conversation, and that kept me out of thinking what is not happening and what is happening. Until now, around 8 there is the time we had an opportunity. And then now, unfortunately, I was with the other girl. They were not allowed in the room. So I had to plead with them so that they allow her to see even for a minute. And then she goes back to the waiting room as I finish, and then we go home.
Amekuwa hapo all through. I thank him. Also want to thank the support team yenye nilikuwa na support system poa sana all through. All the second pregnancy, I had a good support system. So kenye naweza taka kuambia ladies ama mothers and mothers to be, fistula is real, but still we can overcome it. I myself am a fistula survivor. So far I'm doing great and never feel shy to say it. It's not the end of the road. It's not a death sentence. Fistula inaponwa. So hata kama it's a small tear, as long as kuna tear, it doesn't matter how small it is. It's still a fistula. Go get checked and don't feel shy to come out. Don't feel shy to come out because fistula is real and it's inaponwa. You can get healed. Here I am with 2 baby girls. Na maisha inaendelea. Shout out also to Mo and Rose and mabeshte wangu wote who saw me through the 9 months.
My advice to men is that fatherhood is it's a nice feeling actually. Inakupea a sense of direction. Because I remember when you were still dating, you used to go out, have fun, but then came fatherhood and motherhood. Things had to shape down. You had to leave some ways that we used to, the fun you had to have. And then I think as for me, it made me who I am. Maybe I could not be serious as I am as now. And then I was still a joker anyway. But the experiences I've experienced all through that pregnancy and whatever has given me a sense of direction. It has given me, it has shown me that next to me there's a person that I can hold, I can trust, and most importantly, cherish. Because of whatever she has gone through, all these, the 2 pregnancies and the fistula, had shown how strong she is. I remember even that time she had alikuwa ameenda surgery ya fistula. There is a time that we separated for some months because she could not be at home with me with that healing process with the baby. So she had to go home, be with her parents first. They take care of her until she could be herself again. And it was, I think, the best motivation she could ever get, because looking back at my job or whatever, I could not have all that time for her. So I thank her parents for the great job she had done. And to my fellow men, take this, whenever maybe you have maybe a girl or a wife and she says she's pregnant, always feel happy for yourself, because ni watu wangapi wametamani kuwa parents or such, but they cannot. This baby that you're bringing to the world will give you something to cherish in your life. Uno mtu siku ile ndazeeka, I know I have two ladies in my house or my children, wanaweza nipea kikombe ya chai ni ama kijiko. When that time you don't have the strength ya kufanya kitu yote so you need these people at the end of the day. Embrace it. Being in that room is not easy, but again it will give you a lesson. Inakuonyeshanga that the person that is going to give you that gift of that bundle of joy means a lot to you. Unamcherish, you'll cherish your kids. The experience now the dadling ya hiyo kukaa tu hapo ukisikia tu hiyo whatever is happening behind the scenes, you won't like it, but inakupeanga a sense of direction. Then again, bringing up these people is not easy. It needs patience and time and dedication to bring up these young ones that you are bringing to the world. Again, you will come back kwa that room, uangalie ile tension unakuanga nayo, because me going to that room nilikuwa na intention ya kuget a positive, not negative. Uambiwe maybe the mother died, the baby didn't make it. You always go there ukiwa positive. Then unataka kuniambia later on you will come to abandon these kids, maybe ama the wife? Hapana. It needs that dedication because you decided to bring these people to the world. Embrace it and you'll never get disappointed anyway. Thank you. And that is our Bun In The Oven stories. Thank you.